Hey guys, how you doing? Just wanted to show you some more gameplay examples of recent games. First one's in a counter battle where it turns out to be a win, but it's how guys win. Or lose, I guess you could say too. It's how you win or lose that bothers. A lot of things bother me about this game. A lot of stuff I find that's rewarded, as I've said in most of my other talking videos. Really bothers me. I know it's just a game, but this game is kind of. I'm gonna get in the second half of this video to back to Canadians too, and what I see happening in in gameplay here in a combat game, kind of a microcosm of society, right? Especially of Canadian society. What my country, Canada's turned into. Now here, it seems to me like if you're a guy that wants to win, if you're willing to do the things necessary to win, like the enemy team here is going for the objective. Somebody has to go. Somebody has to be the one to go to the objective, right? That's not disputable, is it? Somebody has to go to the objective, and in this game there's going to be three of us who do. The light tank kind of bugs out. So three guys here are the sacrificial lambs in order to try and get a win for our team. But do you think Wargaming rewards this? No, it's pretty obvious. You'll see it. And as you've seen from my other videos, they don't reward this. They don't reward the type of thing that you have to do in order to win. You'll see in a sec here, it's just this plays through that guys who are on completely the other side of the map. They're the ones who get rewarded. Guys who couldn't care less about going to the objective. Why? Because you're gonna get shot at the objective if the enemy goes there. And if the enemy goes to the objective in this encounter battle, and none of the guys on your team go there, oh, what's gonna happen? They're easily, right? So I'm not gonna survive here. It's as simple as that. Neither these guys who are around me are gonna survive. And therefore you're not gonna get rewarded. I'm not even gonna dignify the guys who do finish on top here with the end screen. Not even gonna dignify them with that. I'm just gonna show you the end score. And the guys at the bottom are the guys who went to the objective and interrupted the cap. Who in other words won the game. But they're not going to get credit for that, right? And Wargaming's eyes, the way their screwed up reward system is. But the guys who never went anywhere near the objective till it was safe, safe and secure. Alright, we interrupted the cap for you. You can go in there now. They get rewarded. Next game, I'm going to turn this over to, once again, and make it about nationality. Once again, just going to show you some Canadian gameplay. I guess the difference between an old Canadian and probably some whatever, I don't know how old they are, but we used to be Canada. Kind of, you know, what we used to be known for, going to the front, doing the impossible. That's why I mean this game is kind of a microcosm of what you see in society now. And, yeah, I guess I'm just an old timer who maybe holding on to these traditions that are extinct. I don't know. But what I see happening from, you know, I spent some time on the European server too, and you know, you see guys hanging at the back too, but and you see some guys going to the lemming train, right? For instance, that encounter battle where they won't go anywhere. That happens on the European server too. But what I don't see is a collection of flags over and over and over again. And I know a flag doesn't necessarily mean where you're from, right? But sometimes it do, and sometimes a clan tag will give that away too. Or at least where your clan originated. And that combined with a flag is probably a pretty good indicator where the guy's from. So in Europe, I didn't see it keep popping up over and over again on the European server. A collection of flags where guys were not going anywhere near the front lines. Guys were not going anywhere near an objective until it was safe. But when I switch back to the North America, well, USA server it's called now, lo and behold, I see a collection of the same, you know, the same indicators of nationality over and over and over again of guys who refuse to go to the front lines. Refuse to go anywhere near an objective, because if you do, that's where you can get shot at. And you know, I couldn't care less. You know what guys on the stars just got on about all the win rates. I said before, whatever it is, if you can't from the front lines, then you can't do it. Why? Why do I say that? Because you're relying on somebody else to do the hard part for you. Used to be Canadians were famous for doing the hard part. I'm just going to show there where those guys kind of bailed on me. They pulled up short and left me hanging. I'm going to just for a second, before I come back to that game there, I'm going to show you a game that happened before this, where there's a collection of Canadians on my team. And watch where they're playing from. Just a quick snippet here. Watch where they're playing from. Nowhere near the front lines. You see where I was when I got whacked. It was over in that far corner. But there's a collection of Canadians in this one, from different clans. I'm not just picking on, you know, these particular guys. I'm just saying in general. Yeah, there's the flag. There's the clan tag. Let's switch back now. They won that game. But that doesn't matter. You won off the backs of other guys who went to the front. It used to be Canadians who were famous for going to the front lines and doing the impossible, doing what other nations couldn't do. Used to be Canadians who were feared, you know, in international hockey. You didn't want to play Canadians, right? Because you're going to be in for a bruising. Yeah, you don't find those guys in World of Tanks. Not from my country. Where you find Canadians in World of Tanks is at the back. And to me, it's just what can you say? What can you say about those kind of people? I could call them a few names, right? But and they would fit perfectly. But I just implore them, Take the fucking Canadian flag and emblems off your tanks, man. If you're gonna play at the back. Huh? Don't embarrass what our forefathers did, you know, in combat and you know, just being we were tough guys. Tough guys don't play from the back, man. You're searching the 1 yard line in your own end zone for enemies, right? And I'm referring not to the flag here, right? He's got an Israeli flag. I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to what he has on his tank. So, I just implore you to get that freaking Canadian flag. You're embarrassing, man. You guys are embarrassing. And it's just a game. I know it's just a game, but if it's just a game and you're afraid to go up front in a freaking game for fear of getting shot at and destroyed, seriously, you're afraid to do it in a video game. That's modern Canada for you. That's the kind of guys. I don't even call them. Let's not call them guys. Let's call them persons. They'd probably be more happy if you addressed them that way. Let's call them persons. Persons that make up my country now. That's just who they are. Anyhow, I guess just the rantings of an old man, old-fashioned guy, and he was had war vets in my my genealogy, and it used to be that flag meant something. Doesn't mean anything anymore. Not to these people, these persons. It still means something to some of us, and doesn't mean hanging at the back. You know who hangs at the back? The guys who guard the logic, the women and the children. Want to be a guy who guards the luggage? Then get that flag off your tank, man. Sit back with the women and the children. Get that flag off your tank. Almost blocked again. And that doesn't count for anything either. Anyhow, guys, thanks for listening to the rant. I love my Canada, but I hate to see what it's, you know, the kind of persons that have taken the reins here in my country. It's a shame. It's once proud, once great country. We stood for something and stood for courage and doing the impossible. Anyhow, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.